My name is Coach Travis. I've been on this channel before, as you guys know. Um, I've like coached scrim teams up to 4.4 and players all the way from like bronze to top 100. Or maybe top 200 is the highest I coached. But I've been coaching for like I want to say 4 years now, and I love doing it. Met David a while ago. I've been helping out a lot. At least hopefully I am. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah,
No, I just
hopefully
keep
he can.
re-inviting you because, it's
It's
not
fun to be
helpful.
around.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. But you can find me in David's Discord. I do free coaching for now, whenever I have the time, which I don't have too much time, but just shoot me with a DM and you'll get coaching like this. But hope you enjoy the video. No, just kidding.
Make sure you drop a like. Yeah.
Triple like, subscribe, all that. Yeah.
Classic 2010
I'm not
YouTube.
this is why I'm not a YouTuber, I coach people.
That's fair enough. But yeah, guys, it's Coach_Travis with a CH on Discord. Definitely encourage you guys to DM him. He is very open to doing whatever as far as like coaching goes. He's very flexible. And one of the things I particularly have appreciated about Travis, and you'll notice this in any of the other videos, I think we have a Winston, Sigma, and Zarya, I think, all with Travis. And one of the things that you'll notice about each of them is at the end, there is a more or less a TLDR. Like, this is what we took away and we want to bring into the next time that we play this hero or whatever. It may not even be specific to that hero. By the end of it, it may just be, dude, you just need to not stand out in the open. I mean, let's keep it simple. So one or two simple things that are easy, easy to implement. Maybe not be the right term. Maybe simple is the better word. But either of those things, the point being, keep it simple so that you're not overcomplicating it and you can actually make slow, steady improvements instead of big, drastic improvements and then just like plateau for forever. So
yeah, exactly. Cool. I'll get started into this. I don't want to yap the whole however long. What do you think was our biggest like issue this game in specific?
I'm gonna be real. The big issue is that my mental slipped, and then all of our mental slipped. And you'll see it. I'm sure there'll be things like, okay, David, you knew better than that. What are you doing? There's going to be a few of those, I'm sure, at some point. I don't know what they'll be because it's been a bit since I played this game, but I do remember that being an issue. Their Sojourn, Smut-Mutt. Hopefully, I didn't just like say a slur. I have no idea. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
Was definitely like smurfing top 500. And what's crazy is that account was their first season on was last season, and they were top 500. So they definitely are smurfing, and they're definitely very, very good. So that tilted me into oblivion. I do know that I swap off of Orisa for a little while at some point, but I don't remember what I swapped to. Might have been Zara. But anyway, you asked a very simple question, and I went off on a rampage.
So the biggest issue this game was they were smurfing, and you got mad.
Yep.
All right, can you be real with me or not?
Yes.
Yes. What do you think was your biggest issue as like
as a tank player?
Orisa.
On Orisa, I think honestly, I think it's going to be a combo of two things, but I didn't get to watch this back to give you a really good answer, so these are my guesses. Number one, they're both pretty tied, but number one would probably be cooldown management. I feel like I burned my cooldowns just out of like panic mode. And
just to go tiki.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just send it with the helicopter. And then the other would be positioning. I think Orisa is kind of a tricky one for me, especially because she no longer has damage fall off. Part of me wants to play her like mid to long range, which is silly because she's still projectile and they're very slow moving. But that is, I think it's gonna be those two things: cooldown management, positioning. I think that's gonna be our struggles.
Cool. I want to go right into this because I want to see what their team comp is and kind of show you how to decide your positioning as Orisa. So, you say okay, Doom, Sim, Fury, Mercy. So, looking at their team comp, throwing it out there. How do we want to position? What are we thinking?
Probably want to. I'm thinking like hard cover, but it's not a widow. So when you're saying how to position, I'm thinking about cover right now. Just looking at their team composition, just mostly to avoid giving Sojourn free charge for her rail.
Okay.
And then,
this wasn't an easy question. I just want like your general thoughts.
Right. It would be that, and then staying mid range, because close range you have Doomfist, Symmetra, and a boosted damage boosted Sojourn, not boosted in the different sense, but a damage boosted Sojourn.
Right.
That once you're close, I mean, it's not that hard for her to hit a shot. So I think, yeah, staying mid range, holding cover would be my first two thoughts.
Okay. You're kind of close. I like how you're talking about range, right? So when we think of Orisa, I want to like go like caveman mode, right? Orisa is two playstyles. We have the shooty, pokey, long range playstyle, right?
Nice. Okay.
And then we have the just go in. Okay.
Okay.
Like I'm being serious. Like these are the two playstyles for Orisa.
Okay.
Pokey, and then brr. Okay, that's what I wanted to think of. So, looking at their team comp, do they have people who are more deadly close range, or people who cannot poke us out easily?
I'm kind of tempted to say close range. That's my gut. But
Okay,
Sim, apparently now called Tim. Sim has her right click, so she could poke if she's accurate. Kiriko,
with a Sim, do we want to be going burr into her or just poking her out?
Oh, I to your point, poking her out is what we'd want to do.
Yeah, she's very close range, like high damage DPS, right?
Mm-hmm.
So poke her out. Doomfist, burr or poke?
Poke.
Probably poke. Kiriko, a little tricky, but what do you think?
My gut says poke until she TPs and then the other.
Yeah, I'd agree. And then Mercy.
Mercy's like for sure poke, because you aren't really just going burr into her. She just flies away.
Yeah. And honestly, it's a little bit iffy with Sojourn, but what do we think? Kind of what you said with Kiriko.
I was gonna say I would almost say the same thing, just instead of with TP with her slide. Right?
Yeah,
like
and or also think of like we can kind of poke her out, and then when she has railgun, okay, we want to think about kind of like playing cover or closing the distance a little bit. Okay. So in general, we kind of get value by surviving in the front line. And honestly, we don't really have to dive them so much. We can just poke, pokey, and we will like force cooldowns. We'll force this sim out. We'll force this doom out 100%, right?
Right.
So let's look at what we do. Okay. I want to back up. So with this, how do we feel about the spear?
I was unneeded. I feel like it was if I had waited a little bit, like right here, right as the doom jumps, it would have been better to have had it for here, because he waited until I threw it to go. He knew that was what he needed.
Yeah, especially into like a doom or like a Winston. Spear is like your counter dive thing. So that doom, you kind of gave him what he wanted. You shoot spear, okay, I'm going. So do we need spin right now?
No, I think my thought here was like to block the other damage, because I knew I couldn't block the doom. I also don't think I knew at that point. I think this is where I learned that you cannot, again, you kind of basics of Orisa here, but I learned that you cannot block Doom's punch with her spin.
You cannot. And I don't blame you for that.
I learned it, yeah. That's
seems like you could, but no.
Yeah.
So what if when we got low right here, we used our Fortify. I guess like you're right, we didn't need to spin at all, right?
Mhm.
So let's just imagine, okay, we have a spin right here. Do you think we could have still pressured out these guys?
If I had had my spin,
Mhm.
I mean, potentially, yeah. Almost
Potentially.
definitely,
even
I
see
would
a
say.
big pull.
Yeah.
So, okay, really good pick.
And then, yeah, I
Oh,
kind of hesitated here.
oh,
Yeah. Oh,
what do I
yeah.
not like about this?
It was just unneeded. Like, what am I doing it for? Little extra speed, I
Or
guess.
repositioning, but think of the two. What are the two ways you use spin?
To push W or to block damage.
Survivability.
Right. Oh, right. We said that earlier. Survivability. Yeah.
Are we doing either of those right now?
No.
No. So now if we're in trouble, what two cooldowns do we not have?
the two cooldowns.
E2 cooldowns. So with Orisa especially, one thing we need to be looking at a lot is just the bottom right of our screen.
Right. Okay.
Okay, I don't hate going point here. Why?
Why don't you hate me going point, or why did I use helicopter?
No, like, why do we burr point?
Because I was scared of the point. No, again, I think this is where, I think this is already one of the things I was talking about earlier when you asked me like one of my struggles. Cooldown management, yes, but like understanding what her cooldowns do and don't do and when not to use them. So like here, I'm looking at like I'm questioning myself, right? I'm looking at my health bar. I have so much. I have arm. Isn't that armor? The orange is armor, correct?
Yes.
So I still have armor. And I'm only fighting a Kiriko. What is the Kiriko realistically going to do to me? Nothing. Not even if she hits successive headshots. I will end up forcing her out much quicker purely due to my health pool. I really couldn't tell you beyond just learning Orisa why I did that in that moment. I have no idea.
Yeah. You're fine. And this was kind of a harder fight to win, but if I had to guess why we lose this fight is we were using our cooldowns in a way that didn't allow us to maximize our uptime. We kind of had uptime and then we didn't stack them, but we weren't aware of it. So when we were over here, we had no cooldowns. Over here, well, we have Fortify, but
I mean, yeah, what's Fortify
that
gonna do?
works
1v5.
yeah. Cool. Tiniest thing ever, if we're backing out, go this way.
Ooh, good point. That was yeah. I took the
You're
longest
like, you know.
possible route. Yeah.
Okay. So we're in our team regroup.
Yep.
And it's important thing, we have our cooldowns. I don't hate that. What about the spin though?
No, the spin was just again me trying to push and block all the damage going in. I can see that fundamental thing. That's definitely one I can guarantee you will see that multiple times.
Yeah.
I think
We're treating it like Diva DM.
Yeah, actually, it's a really good way to put it, and like way worse of a use, but because that's not at all what it's for. But
yeah, because 7-second cooldown.
Right, and it's also like realistically, you should not use that as a Diva DM concept. Like that's not at all. But you're right, that is how I'm using it. Like what's funny is I think I might have played Diva the game before, so that's probably exactly what I was doing.
So run it by me? How do we cycle our cooldowns here instead of just spinning in?
So you're asking me how I should have done it rather than how I did?
How should you do it? Yeah, how should you have done it?
I think rather than spinning in, I actually could have just pushed in with Fortify. Maybe not even that because
we need cooldowns.
That was what I was gonna say. I maybe not even that because like if I just go in. And then as soon as my armor breaks, maybe I throw Fortify out.
Right. So did we need cooldowns to get to this spot?
Not even a little. No.
Okay. So we're here. Let's say, like, pretend here we do have like all our cooldowns. What's the next plan?
Currently, I know that there's a Sojourn right there. So I'm saying probably rush the Sojourn, but because the other three over there on the left, I now know that. So if I had just gone over there to the right and gone behind the Sojourn and gotten her or the Mercy that was pocketing her, that would have been a really good start. Wait, the Mercy isn't pocketing her. Wait, I'm throwing. I should have gone to the Sojourn. Literally,
do we even need to go to the Sojourn necessarily?
To kill her or just to force her out? I mean, to force her out, probably not. But with my mechanics, yeah, I would have to go to her to kill her.
I mean, whatever floats your boat. But like, do you think if we're right here and we stay here, just shoot her, same head level, she'll get scared, back up?
Yeah, she'll definitely get forced out.
I think we're a little scared of her, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I called out at the beginning.
Because why do we back this much?
Because I literally am terrified of this player. That is actually what happened.
And the funny thing is, like, this isn't even like dogging you or anything. You miss every shot here.
Yeah.
But she backs up because you are putting pressure her way.
Oh, true. Okay. Good point. Good point.
Oh, no. Even if he doesn't have power block, why do we not shoot him?
Even if he doesn't?
Even if he... actually... Okay, let's not go there right now. But
Okay.
Why are we shooting him here?
Because he's low, in my mind, killable.
I might say this a lot, but with the two choices that we have, which, by the way, Doomfist, you can see their choice.
Yeah.
We will always get more value shooting a DPS than a tank. Unless the tank is killable. Then it's like, okay, if he doesn't have power block here, and he's like this low, that's why I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, that'll be acceptable. But even, like I said before, you missed all your shots, but she was still scared of you. She boop boop boop.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. That's fair.
How do you feel about this javelin pull?
Say that one more time. I think I missed it there.
This pull that we did.
Very rushed.
I felt
threw it
like
like a
it
hit
was
scan.
rushed. Yeah, not the worst pull, like decision wise, but rushed.
Yeah.
Again. I see what you mean.
Yeah, you
We
will
are
literally
repositioning with it.
Yeah, I'm repositioning and I'm DMing with it.
And why are we backing up?
Because I think one of my supports called they were low in the back.
Well, if your supports are low, do you need to back up?
No, I probably need to actually keep them forward, huh?
Yeah. Okay, let me guess what the call is. Let's go left side. Right. Oh, that's a weird camera angle. Okay, I actually don't hate this ult because, according to you, how should we be using our assault?
I would say just to reposition the enemies is the big
That's
thing.
just part of it.
Obviously,
part of
killing
it.
them is kind of ideal.
What ability that we already have, do we get another one of when we use our
Fortify,
ultimate?
right?
Fortify? Yes. So honestly, a lot of times Orisa players will go in, cooldowns, fortify, all that stuff, and then they can use all their cooldowns, if they maybe not all of them, but they'll use a lot of them. Use their ults, get a second fortify, and then by the time ults is over, you just have fortify again. This is why Orisa is unkillable, by the way, is cycling the cooldowns like that. So that's why I'm like, okay, this isn't bad, because we don't have spin. Granted, did we like need spin here?
No. Again,
No.
repositioning. Yeah. You can see there's a fundamental misunderstanding of how that works.
Repositioning when it should be used for what?
Oh my gosh, we just said it. My brain is fried. Hold.
You're fine. You're fine.
Oh my gosh. Well, blocking damage, right, is one of them, but like, no,
Survivability.
Survivability was the word I was trying to remember.
And
I just can't remember it. Yeah, I'm forgetting the other one. Survivability and
the disposition.
The disposition, not reposition. Maybe that's like the
disposition, not reposition.
Maybe that's the new mantra.
Honestly, yeah. Start thinking about whatever floats your boat. Like
that's hilarious.
Because yeah, disposition, not reposition. Where could we be right now?
On them. Literally go for them. We have our whole team. They're down their Doomfist. We could actually go across the bridge and cut them off to their spawn. If we, like, is one other thought I have.
How much time would this take, though, to walk all the way
Too
over
much,
here?
yeah.
Too much. So, look at the top of your screen where it says 0% and 57%. And there's a little number 1 next to, like, the C.
Maybe we could go to point.
Why?
Because it gives it caps point faster.
It caps point faster. Also, our end goal is to get to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, go point. We're closer to them. Go up there. I feel like we're setting up a Widow angle.
Yeah.
Like I said from the beginning, there's the shooty, pokey, and then there's a burr. Who wins the sniper duel? Mercy, Sojourn, or Orisa?
Obviously, Orisa. No.
Yeah.
Mercy, Sojourn.
100%. It ends up working out, but
this ends
I
now.
actually don't hate this. We can force Doom out. Okay, and then we start walking forward. This is good. I like this. A little rushed with Javelin pull, don't we think?
Yeah, very much.
It's almost like
the size of a bus. I could hit something with it, but apparently not.
Imagine, well, every time we used it, we've been like 20 feet away from the enemy. Like, Sojourn up here, and we're over here, which is cool when you hit it. It got a lot of value. But
so would you say that
what if we just
Javelin's
waited?
A bit more of a close range ability? Is that kind of what I'm understanding?
It's definitely a closer range.
Okay. That's a fundamental misunderstanding too that I've had. Okay.
So like this feels iffy to hit, whereas if we waited 2 more seconds, how do we feel about this?
Oh, I hit somebody for sure. If
but you literally hit somebody.
There's literally 4 of them in the group. I hit one of them.
Just throw it in the general direction. So it's a bit more of a close range. Wow, that was a rocket and a half.
Yeah,
Um,
Dalen was kind of cooking.
also, I don't hate the spin, but like, I'm just upset with how we've been using it the whole game.
Yeah, like I did try to warn you after the second or third one. I think that you were just gonna see a lot of that.
Yes, I'm fine. Okay, wait. Yes, yes. Why is this a good spin?
Because I'm backing up.
What's the S word?
The S word, survivability.
Survivability. We used it for that. And now,
We got that. What was that, like the 7th one? W. 1 out of 7 used properly. We love to see.
1 out of 7. That was good because, so I don't know, like how. I don't even want to go back and see. Like we probably based it fortify somewhere. I do not know where. I could be wrong. Maybe used it perfectly. But so let's say we have fortify up here, spin out, and then we have our fortified again. Sigma. Do we play shooty, pokey, or burr?
I would say Burr
Why?
because he's a pokey.
He's pokey. He is the pokey.
He is the
Right.
pokey of pokies.
Right? Orisa is like the one of the first dynamic tanks, like Overwatch 2 tanks I like to call them, because Orisa has pretty good poke and she has pretty good brawl. But she doesn't specialize in like Sigma does. So take advantage of that. Where should we play here with that in mind?
I would say close is my gut on that.
Yeah. And what are they gonna do? You have spin, you have fortify. Orisa's like, I think Spylo also said this. There it was Overwatch League Scrim. They played Orisa. Orisa is like the brick wall.
Yeah.
She cycles the cooldowns, and you just can't get past her because she just lives.
Yeah, true. I think Flats
So-
also describes her that way.
Yeah. So why are we like just giving them the space?
I think I got used to the shooty for the way our terminology is.
Yes,
I think that's all it is. I'm just
That's-
default mode.
that is fine sometimes, but again, that's only half of our kit.
Right.
And I know this guy's smurfing, but if we held up here, how much more likely would this guy want to just do this?
He wouldn't have done it. Or if he did,
He
I would have been
probably
able to
wouldn't
use my spin if I used it properly to
Maybe-
disposition him back and maybe
We
kill him.
could have spin, but this is like I'm pretty mean javelin pull range
Oh, true. True.
like this.
Oh, yeah.
Bonk. Dead.
Nice.
Right.
Love the sound effects.
But like, as like some, I do play Sojourn like on the occasion. If the Orisa or whoever's on the main team, they hold back here. Oh my gosh, freest rotate in my life.
Right.
But if they're like playing like this, I'm gonna think twice before doing that. That pull didn't even feel forced. It just felt like a gamble.
Yeah, it was just kind of like we'll toss this over here.
Eh. We saw the mercy, but
No, I even looking at that, like, I know personally that was just.
yeah. Okay. And I don't know how, but some part we got caught lacking with our pants down.
Yep.
And it's this.
All 3 of my cooldowns
We
haven't
are
been used.
gold. Yep. Exactly. So once we like kind of rotate over here, did we even need gold right there?
No.
No. And by the way, so like Orisa is pretty simple in the sense that okay, her spinny thing is like we can either go in with it to displace the enemy or we can survive with it. Orisa Gold has one job. Survivability. And did we need survivability right now?
No, it was a
No.
preemptive thing. Not a good one, but a preemptive.
Did we need spin right now?
No, because I'm still gold.
We are still gold.
Right now, I'm looking like I'm
We
gold.
should be dead. we should die here. Yeah. And I bet there's Sigma players waiting for your goaltend. Like, it's like probably like, what is this guy doing?
What is
Like,
this
no
Orisa doing?
cooldowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I do want to touch on this because you are in a team. Why is it bad to go like just straight to point here? And
There's not a lot of cover. I'm not really sure, to be honest.
so cover is like 50-50 because of these things, right?
Right.
Sometimes you have them, sometimes you don't. But okay, their comp, kind of like we looked at the beginning of the game, do they have more poke, like a long range characters, or more short range characters?
I would say at this point they have more of a poke range character set.
Most definitely. So I kind of like apologize for at the beginning. I kind of like messed that terminology up. Mercy Sojourn is 100% going to poke you guys out, right?
Mhm.
Especially Sigma. So if we just go force points, first of all, there's not great cover, right? We know this.
Yeah.
But
We're also in poke range
have-
instead of in their face range.
yes, and they have all the angles they want around points. So it's kind of scary to not clear high grounds.
Mm.
Why
Yeah,
teams
especially with
push
the
up here
Sojourn. Yeah.
is because we make space, and then you force the team, they have to play over here now. Sometimes they go point, right? We're skipping a step, basically.
Okay, that makes sense.
So if I had to guess, and even we're like kind of, I would be scared peeking this too. Like I said, they have all the angles on us. The go point.
Ends now.
And okay, I want to top 100 might be a little bit too generous for this guy for what he just did. But anyway,
And I think honestly, I think he did that because he knew he didn't have to
Yeah.
play at his normal level. And he could
I'll
just kind of
dog on him
lobby.
later. I trying to think how to phrase this. So we could have like cycle or cooldowns better, of course. But whenever, especially as like tank player in a team, when we think of pathing, we're like, okay, is our comp, and when you're playing like comps, think like, does my character have more close range damage or poke? Or this is kind of both, like we said. But we kind of just determined like Sigma, we want to burr him down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I just had a brain fart right there.
No, you're fine.
When we decided we want to play more of a brawl play style, we can then go, okay, I want to path accordingly to like go in their face, force them off high ground, that kind of thing. And there are times when you want to force point, but if I'm honest, this isn't the point we want to force because just how wide open it is. I think this fight's gonna be pretty scouts.
It is.
And we did it again, by the way.
Yeah, I did the fortify spin. Again, as I've been using spin to reposition instead of disposition. I'm going to keep saying it like that, by the way.
like I'm gonna write that down like to remind you later because I think you'll remember.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, you're good.
Disposition, not reposition. There. So did we need gold? No. Did we need to spend? No. Us, if we just spaced all those cooldowns out, including our ult,
We actually could have turned the point.
would have lived for like at least another 2 minutes. Like it's crazy. By some Christmas miracle of Dalen like turns on the aimbot. And we win the fight. Okay, I like how we're holding up here. Didn't get hit by a rock. Disposition, not reposition.
Yep.
By the way, why are we?
Why are we backing?
Why are we repositioning?
Fear.
Fear. Why are we afraid?
The Sojourn. Who has been in the kill feed
Sojourn
very frequently.
Isn't real. Smut muffed is not real. Smut nuff cannot hurt you, kind of thing.
That took me a second to see where you were going. I'm like, I mean, they're in the game. What do you mean they aren't real? Okay, I understand. We're good.
Like I said, you are the brick wall, but we're kind of just like, and then like, but at least like we can hold this.
Yeah.
But we're so scared of Smut Mutt that we're like, oh no, he's gonna run the lobby. Do you think they would have gotten all this space if we just played up here?
No.
Oh. Or by if they tried, you probably get a kill by them forcing it, right?
Right.
I need to like take this one step at a time for my brain to process.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I think we're rushing our polls a lot, like I said.
Yeah, that's
kind
good.
of like.
And then again, I think so far the fundamental things that I've picked up, obviously the cheesy, disposition, don't reposition, but then and I said it at the beginning because I realized it now. I want to say this is probably one of my first games where I was really focused on trying to figure out Orisa. I've played Orisa, but this is like where I was actually trying to lock it in and figure out what's going on with this particular hero.
Yeah.
So that's why you see a lot of the like bronze level. Let's combine all three of my cooldowns and see what happens. And then maybe my ult just for fun. And then the fortify helicopter, we're gonna call it that. Completely unnecessary. And then the other thing that I noticed that you're pointing out right now is the spear. It's just a fundamental misunderstanding of using that. While it feels cool to hit it from a mid to long range, it is not the most common. It's kind of like Kiriko for me when I was playing support. I kept throwing her kunai from like across the baseball field and hoping they would hit. And then as soon as it might have been you that pointed it out, actually, but like the first time that was pointed out to me, like, no, get a little closer with her. When you have your TP, get in their face, throw kunai. What are they going to do? And then it's not exactly the same, obviously, because you have a TP with Orisa. Gosh, imagine. But you do have a spear. If you throw that and you're close, it's a lot easier to hit and get value out of.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't even think you play Hanzo, but a lot of people think Hanzo is a sniper. Hanzo is a medium to short range DPS. Like, it's kind of like the bait thing where like spear looks like it can be thrown from long range and looks cool, but the projectile time would be like, if we held the space up here, how much easier would it have been to hit like anyone, right? Boom, right there. We hit him. I like the spin more, but I think we lost our target.
Yeah.
So we tried to go on somebody with spin. I don't hate that. Do we have the privilege to use spin as a disposition right now?
No.
Or should it be used for survivability?
It needs to be used for survivability with how many we're down.
I think a big thing, like, for any tank to play with you is just understanding, like, how different tanks hold different spaces. Because if we're on Sigma, right, we probably want to poke, and then we let them walk out so we can rotate here, right? But if we were on Ryan, we are holding this till we die.
Right, we go hammer, go
Right.
swing around that corner as much as possible.
Yes, and I've seen like your Ryan do this before, like in scrims. I think it was on King's Row actually, where like this was the choke, but we still decided to hold bookstore.
Oh yeah,
what
no,
reason?
I remember talking about that. Yeah,
So it's just kind of asking ourselves, like, okay, what does our tank want to do? Keeping it more simple, does our tank like go burr, or does it go pokey, right? Like
right.
poke or brawl, and that'll help you decide where you want to play more.
The value that I'm getting from this, like we kind of talked about already, is the absolute, like, how do I phrase this? The cooldown, well, it's like I said, the two things I told you from the beginning that I thought would be the problem were in fact the problem. Cooldown management and positioning. Positioning in this, right. We got into the very, very, like, and that's what I was hoping for. It was like, okay, yes, I understand these things are the problem, but like, what about them is the problem? And now that we're looking at it, it makes perfect sense, right? I'm not considering the other tank when I'm positioning. I'm not considering my hero in my positioning. Like, I'm not considering any of that. And then the cooldown management, right? Fortify and, you know, spin, we'll call it. They don't need to be used together, I would say almost ever. And yet, for some reason, it seems like almost every time, almost exactly the opposite, what those two things were occurring. So what I think, and you tell me, because you're the coach, but I think for me, the big things are the whole, you know, disposition, don't reposition, using spear, like understanding now that spear is a short to mid, not a mid to long range ability. I don't know that I ever really thought it was long range though, but anyway. And then the third piece would be positioning myself to put the enemy team at a disadvantage, which sounds like a, well, duh, but like the way that I'm kind of oversimplifying it, but what I'm thinking about is we talked about good lord, who were they even on at the beginning? I'm literally forgetting. They ended on Sigma, but they did not start on Sigma. Doomfist. Doomfist, yeah, you want to go pokey, as you put it. But once they swapped to Sigma, I needed to realize that and go, oh, we aren't on Doomfist anymore. I need to quit doing the pokey and I need to go burr. and I think those are the three things that I have that have clicked. Not saying there's not more to understand, but those are the three things that have really clicked for me.